boys and girls. I'm sitting outside. My daughter wanted to sit and draw, and yesterday we were doing sidewalk chalk, and I thought I would share what we did yesterday, but in a drawing on paper instead of our sidewalk. But we were coming up with some fun different fruits that would be a fun way to think about shapes and colors and lines. But also I want to talk about a word called overlapping, when one shape or one fruit looks like it's over another one. So I'm going to think about that today on my piece of paper here. So I'm using a pencil, and I just want to always encourage you, when you're drawing and you want it to just be a light sketch, if you hold your pencil more towards the end instead of pressing real hard, it leaves room for erasing so you can't see the lines, but also when you add your color, it won't be too dark. So I'm going to actually choose a spot to start, and I'm going to start with a slice of watermelon. So I did a really gentle curved line. I'm just making sure you guys can see that. I know we're sitting out in the sun, and bringing down the sides. I'm going to repeat that. So that will be the green part of the watermelon, the rind of the watermelon, okay? And then I'm going to draw down 2 lines here to make it almost looks like a slice of pizza right now. And then I can come in and create some little seeds. So that will be my first shape that I'm going to start with. Then I can think about some different other fruits that I might want to incorporate in here. So I can think about an orange, maybe the shape of grapes. So thinking about grapes, this is a good area. So if, I should have mentioned this. So my orange, I didn't go through the watermelon. I started on the side. So it looks like the watermelon is in front of the orange. Okay, same thing here with my grapes. I'm going to put my grapes behind my orange. So as I work on that, grapes come in a bunch. So I'm not seeing full circles. They're just all these curved lines showing grapes. If you want, you could even create the vine, and vines even have a leaf on them. Okay. Some other ones that we came up with were strawberries, and I will show you here. Let's say I want my strawberry to be a little bit over my watermelon, and the nice thing is, like I was saying, I'm drawing very lightly, so I want to show the strawberry over my watermelon. So I'm going to come in here, and because I drew so lightly, I can erase that very easily. I can make and when I go in and add some seeds, I will do that with some color. Another thing that I did on the driveway, and I'll share our picture, we did a life is sweet kind of image. So I could do blueberries, look like they're on the table. What's another one, Eliza? A lemon. A lemon, yeah, that isn't very sweet, but it's colorful. If you wanted, you could think about an apple. And what I would also encourage you, I am not doing this, I am drawing from my mind and my memory, but if you have some different fruits and things in your fridge or on your counter in a bowl, I want to encourage you, grab those and use those as a way to be inspired, but also it gives you an idea of different shapes and things. Like my lemon, this is a very organic shape. That's not a shape that has a name. It's not like a square or rectangle or a circle. It is a very organic shape. So after you come up with a nice variety, and you can also repeat, like I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, oh, I might want another strawberry, so I'm going to make it look like it's behind my blueberries. One of the things that I will link on our lessons this week is coming up with different still lifes that you can think of. A still life is when an artist will arrange images on a table, and they'll sit and they'll paint and draw. And there is an artist that I'll link a picture for. His name is Paul Cézanne. He was sorry, our dog is going somewhere here. He was a French artist, and his artwork is really inspiring to me. A lot of really beautiful colors. He would leave some texture. It wasn't all very smooth. He would let some of his paint have that texture look. So as I said, we're going to go ahead and continue working on this, and I will come back. Okay, so I was just doing a little of my watermelon. I am using watercolor again for this project. I'm trying to use just things that I have around the house, and that's one of my art materials that I'm pretty stocked up on. So if you do have crayons or markers, please feel free to use those colored pencils, whatever you have. Truly, the best thing is, practice and drawing. So when I came in here, I used two different pinks. One's a little bit darker, and I left a little area for a lighter color. I'm letting this dry completely, so then I can go in and do my black seeds. So I'm gonna keep moving on and working on different areas. A word that I want you to think about today is the word value. Value is the lights and darks of a color. So I'm just gonna I'll start my orange here. Very loud kiddos on the trampoline right now. But just enjoying the sunshine while we have it. So here I have more of a reddish orange. And so once again, I'm using watercolors, lots of water. I can always darken it. If it's too dark in the beginning, sometimes it's harder to get it lighter. So I have the darker orange, and then in my palette I can come in and get a lighter one, and I can very carefully blend the two. And so I'll have just that variety with some value that gives it some dimension. So if you want something to look a little more three-dimensional, this is a very easy way to do it with your watercolors. I'm going to show you using colored pencils how I can do the same thing with value. So I have another orange. I'll do a different orange down here. I'm going to just move my watercolor here and combine it. Okay, so there's my orange. Okay, with my watercolor. And like I said, you can always add more as you go. Okay, so as I evaluate it, stand back, look at it. But you can see darker to lighter. It gives it that three-dimensional, that rounded look. So let's just say you are like, I don't have watercolors. So here we have some colored pencils. So I'm looking here and, oops, I'm knocking my phone here. Okay, I will. So I'm just going to choose a few colors that are in the same family. So I have this like darker orange, and then like it's kind of a, I don't know, like what would you say, Eliza? Like a brownish orange, and then I just have a nice variety of yellow or oranges to the yellows. So if I come in here with this orange, my orange with the orange, okay, I can begin. And when you use colored pencils, if you start in one small area at a time, I could even just gently go around so I know where. Sorry about that. Life at home, while working, doing school. So it's okay. Alright, so I'm coming in using a darker orange, and very, very nicely I can ease into pressing a little bit lighter. Okay, I can come in and use a different orange. This is more of a brownish orange, but like I said, you can always build the color. And so once again, I like to combine them just a little when they meet, and then bring the color out. So this is another one. I can even blend it in. So like I said, any art materials you have. So I'm trying to give you a nice variety. Small areas. I also try to color in the same direction. Okay. Keep on working. I'm going to blend a little bit of yellow, and this is going to be a lot lighter than I want, but I can always take my regular orange back in. So what I'm using with colored pencils, you can also do this with crayons. I learned a fact the other day, and it said that Crayola has, can't remember if it was 121 or 126. I can't remember, but that would be a fun a fun fact for you to look up, but they have 121 different crayon colors. So that would be a fun fact for you to look up. So thinking about crayons, when you look at a box of crayons, you usually have some darker like red orange and then a yellow orange. So even going into that peach family. All right, so you can see I'm taking the same orange here and I'm blending it over. So this is something you build your color up. So what I'm doing is, this is called the technique, the way the artist is using their medium, their art material. Okay, so different ways you can use them, but today I'm thinking about that word value, changing from lights to darks. You can always keep building up the color. So that's a fun thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue painting, and I might add some more colored pencil. I like that idea of mixed medium, the change of both, and I hope you are drawing and enjoying. All right, bye.